Thanks to Dominic Sete for your support as a channel member. Last time out in Qatar, we saw our point scoring streak come to an end, and it saw Alpine leap ahead of us in the Constructors' Championship. The French team are now 7 points clear of us, and we need to take back the initiative this weekend in Texas. Hello folks, and welcome to episode 19 here with Haas using F2 and GP2 champions only. We're gearing up for the American Grand Prix around the very iconic, I would say is a word I use to describe the circuit of the Americas in Texas. It's a very exciting racetrack, isn't it? One we all enjoy watching the cars race around. And of course, let's start off with the bad news. We have lost P5 to Alpine at the moment in the Constructors' Championship. The French team are on something of a roll, and we need to put an end to it by scoring some big points this weekend in America. Lance Stroll has overtaken Nico Hülkenberg in the Drivers' Championship. He scored 24 points in Qatar. That is absolutely insane. As if Lance Stroll could actually do that in real life. But we'll move on. We will keep plugging away. We have, 5 rounds to go still? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races still to go. And we've got 2 more sprint weekends to deal with as well. So, yes, we better get started. The cars are all ready to go. We've got the drivers all under contract. I omitted this bit in the previous recording that I've actually gone and got new engineers for Season 2. So we've got Amaury Lardon, who's actually an ART F2 engineer. He was with Théo Pourchaire. He's going to be working with Nico Hülkenberg next season, and Mark Slade, despite his 100 feedback, but pretty naff everything else, he's out the door as well. His contract was up, as was Gary Gannon's. I know we like Gary Gannon's voice, don't we, on the radio? But we're replacing Mark Slade with Jorna Becker from Sauber. So yeah, it's lots of new faces coming in behind the scenes at Haas. I think we also need probably to upgrade our head of aero. Sorry, Aaron, only room for one of us. Aaron's here, and you'll be out the door as well at some point, sadly. So it will be all change. It might be all change after Season 2 as well with the drivers. We'll see how they get on next season. But of course, remember, we can only sign drivers who have won the Formula 2 or GP2 championship. So yeah, because there's not been anything else really going on, let's get to the track and I'll join you in qualifying. We're starting our final laps in Q2 and our drivers are very close together. They might be impacting each other's laps here. Hülkenberg is the car in front, but Drugovich actually has brand new everything in terms of his power unit and gearbox. We're taking a grid drop with the Brazilian today. There's an Alpine almost sideways on the circuit. Drugovich has been completely blocked by the Alpine, by the way. He has fallen right back from Hülkenberg, who's not improving. Drugovich is improving in his first sector time, so that's good, but his second sector is absolutely abysmal. He's 3 seconds off the pace. So we're just going to call him in. We'll just call him in. Hülkenberg is P8. Drugovich was going to start at the back anyway. He's going to be 11th at best. It's now 12th. Hülkenberg, I think, will be safe. I don't know if he improved his lap time there or not, but yeah. Thank you to the Alpine, which I'm guessing was Gasly. Yep, it was Gasly. It's him again. But yeah, we are into Q3 with Hülkenberg, albeit with a worn engine. And Drugovich will start from the back of the grid with a fresh power unit. It's time then for the final laps of qualifying. Let's get the sector colours up then. Hülkenberg starts his lap now. He's following a Ferrari and a Red Bull. I think that is Verstappen ahead of us. I'm not sure which Ferrari it is in front of the Red Bull though. Through the S's of Kota then as the sun sets, and it is a personal best. Well, it would be because we're on fresh tyres, although sometimes it's not always the case. I think that car ahead of Verstappen is Sainz because he's set a yellow first sector. We'll be picking up a little bit of a slipstream from the Red Bull. Hopefully that's enough to give us a bit of a boost. It's a personal best, middle sector, that's good. No one ahead of us really improving, although Leclerc and Perez are setting personal best sector times. Alonso is P2. He's taken the checkered flag. Let's see then where this puts us. Verstappen only 3rd. Hulkenberg P7. And Gasly not improving. So I think we could be 9th here, which would be okay. Let's see, what does Gasly do? Perez goes to the top of the times. Gasly stays 9th. Leclerc goes 2nd fastest. So we are 9th on the grid for the sprint again, as we were in Kota. But there is also 3 power unit grid penalties to consider for the Grand Prix in Perez, Leclerc and Sainz. So if this stays as is, which is unlikely, it would be Alonso, Verstappen and Stroll the top 3. But let's get to the sprint and see how that shakes things up. Strategy for the sprint is quite straightforward. Pick mediums because the softs won't make it. They will die on the Kota circuit. So without further ado, let's get straight to the sprint. So Perez and Leclerc line up at the front. We've got 5 red lights. The lights are out. The race is on. Hulkenberg looking to make a good start and pick up some positions. Drogovic is actually starting 12th because they don't apply the penalties until the Grand Prix. So he might be able to come through potentially and pick up a point for P8. We will ask Hulkenberg to get out of his way if we do need to do that. So everything fine so far. No collisions at the start. I've underfueled both cars and we'll just recover fuel as and when we need to. But Hulkenberg currently putting the blowtorch to George Russell, who is on a set of softs. Are we going to see more punctures? Oh dear. There's lots of drivers. Both Mercedes are on soft tyres. Sainz has even gone for hards. That is unexpected, but let's see how it pans out. We've got 19 laps. Let's see who gets a puncture.
We expect rain again.
Well, this is interesting. I did not see this coming. We're going to have rain in the sprint, so soft tyres are no longer looking like a bad idea. We need to attack on these tyres. We need to make sure we get this switch to inters timed right. It's going to arrive quite quickly, actually, and be quite heavy. So we might be in sooner rather than later for appropriate tyres. Rain is already here, which is good because it'll cool our tyres down, but we're going to get some DRS in the meantime. And it's already... Do you know what? We're going to gamble. We're going to come straight in right now for inters. We're going to double stack. Hulkenberg's in the middle of an overtake as I'm doing this. There he goes. Fantastic pass from Hulkenberg. Actually, Drogovic has lost a place to... I know he's fighting off Ocon. That's good. And the AI are coming in as well. So this is going to be chaos. We might lose a few positions because the way the pit release is, it hampers the teams at the end of the pit lane because you end up being held for everybody. Let's see how we go then. Not usually you get a pit stop in the sprint. We've actually retained position over Gasly. That's good to see. So we can press on from here with the inters and see what we can achieve. We've got a virtual safety car. Verstappen is out of the race. There he is, broken rear wing. Championship dreams in tatters. I think he has been hit by an Aston Martin. Is it Stroll? It's Lance Stroll, missing his braking point. Heavily missing his braking point and absolutely annihilating the rear end of the Red Bull. So that's promoted us up a couple of positions and we can actually use this time to save fuel. Felipe Drogovic is the latest driver to make a mistake in this race. We've just got back underway after the virtual safety car, but the Brazilian has fluffed his lines and gone straight on here at the start of the final sector. Far from ideal, and he's yet to rejoin the circuit. He'll probably be plumb last. Indeed he is. There you go. Couldn't possibly have rejoined. Went a bit wide. A little bit wide, yes. And we are now losing the position to Gasly. We've run out of battery. And... What? His reaction.
Keep digging.
Lol. Yeah, we're now behind Gasly. That's not good for our championship position, but there's a Grand Prix ahead tomorrow in which we can recover some of the damage. So Charles Leclerc has won the sprint ahead of Perez and Alonso, but Alonso will start the Grand Prix from pole because those two have penalties. Gasly is up ahead of us, giving Russell a hard time for the final for P6. We take the final point with Hulkenberg in P8. We did get to the back of Gasly with about 5 laps to go, but then we had to reduce the temperature in our tyres and save a bit of fuel, and the Alpine just got away. So P8, which is actually an improvement on where we started, which I suppose is good, but we did lose a position to Gasly, so it could have been better. But I'll count that as a point gained rather than a point lost.
Okay,
we will try and turn the tables on Alpine in the Grand Prix. So let's get to that and deal with the strategy. There's been a bit of debate over the strategy for Nico Hulkenberg. I've eventually settled on soft, hard, medium, but the alternative was to go medium, hard, medium, which, if you look at that, looks a better way to go to probably run the race. But actually, if we run the softs early, undercut, and then get some clear air, hopefully around that time, and put in some good laps on the hards, we might be able to do something different and then at least finish on the mediums. I don't want to end on the softs because they will just fall apart, really. Now I'm here, I'm actually second guessing myself again. That looks more like a sensible strategy that at times we can push on. Here we're just sitting on neutral. We can't really do anything with the tyres. Well, we could push and then we can go light and just take a bit more micromanagement, I think. We'll go with that. We'll micromanage. That's fine. Hulkenberg starts P5. Drugovich starts last, but that's fine. He's going for a long first stint, and then we're going to go mediums to the end with him. Let's just underfuel Hulkenberg a little bit. Everything is set. Let's do a motor race. It's Hamilton and Alonso on the front row. 5 red lights. The lights are out. The race is on. What's going to happen on the rundown for turn 1? Hamilton on soft tyres. Can he get the jump on his old rival? No. Alonso making it stick, and Hamilton under pressure from Russell. Hulkenberg is challenging Gasly as much as he possibly can right now, and we're looking to move forward from P5. Drugovich is bringing up the rear. He's in last. No collisions on that one. That's fine. Some soft tyres at the front for Hamilton and for Hulkenberg and for Ocon. So differing strategies everywhere. Drugovich the only car on hards. In we come then for our first stop. Drugovich is making some progress. He's now up to P15. Hulkenberg the first man in to the pit lane. 3-second stop. That's fine. We'll drop out behind Drugovich. We're actually going to fall into a little bit of traffic, which isn't ideal, but we will get the DRS boost in terms of lap time. So what we'll do is get Hulk driving in clean air, and then hopefully we can make some overtakes and make progress. Drugovich will be asked to jump out of the way immediately when Hulkenberg comes through, and we'll just get him moving, I suppose. But everyone in this train has got DRS. They call it a DRS train for a reason. Is Hulkenberg going to send it? He is. He's feeling it today, is Nico. He's feeling feisty, and I love it. Lewis Hamilton has pitted. He's coming out of the pit lane now. Where's Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg's ahead of him. We've got the undercut on the Mercedes, and we've also got past Bottas, which is great news. Now we can drive in normal air and close down Sonoda. So these hard tyres are working a treat for us right now. We probably don't want to be using too much of them right now. We'll just deploy the battery. Yellow flags. Who's gone off? Ocon has gone off. Way! Alpine in the mud. They're fighting each other. This is insane. And off he goes. His tyres are spent. And that's going to give us several seconds of cushion on the Frenchman. Perez is in. What's he... No, it says he's in the pit lane, but he's definitely not. He's definitely on the circuit. Okay, that's a bug. So we'll just ignore the fact that Perez says he's in the pit lane, but he's not. Perez is definitely in... Well, no, he's not in the pit lane. He's just got a puncture. I don't know what's going on with Perez. It says he's in the pit lane, but he's not. He's got a puncture. Has he stopped yet? What is going on with Sergio Perez? Where's the tyre history? Here we go. Sergio Perez. Yep, he's just on one set of mediums. It thinks he's in the pit lane. The game has bugged out, and Perez is just going to be going round and round and round here. So Sergio Perez has caused an accident. What's going? That was the most bizarre crash I've ever seen. Perez, the game has glitched and he's not going into the pit lane. He's got multiple punctures, it would seem, and he's just wiped out Fernando Alonso. Who else is he going to take out in this round? He's got 3 punctured tyres and a broken rear wing. He did have a spin earlier, which I didn't show. Alonso got the penalty. Oh, wow. This is absolutely incredible. There's Perez just struggling around on his tyres. I think when he gets 4 punctures, he will stop, and that will surely cause a safety car. So we need to be ready to react to that. Okay, I think we've had another crash. Here we go. Is Perez involved again? Oh, he is. He's just causing havoc. He's got a broken front wing now to go with all of his punctures and his broken wing. And still the Sauber tries to go around the outside. Oh, this is more interesting than the actual race. I don't know. What on earth is going on? This is absolutely insane. Zhou has retired from the race, but he definitely carried on. How is Perez still in this race? He's just a rolling firework. We've still got a yellow flag. This is absolutely incredible. Yellow flags in Sector 1. Oh, we've got... What's going on here? We've got a bit of a car park. Oh, the Alpine is facing the... We're going to have a red flag. Ocon is not facing... That's Gasly not facing the way he's supposed to be. How has this happened? Surely this is red flag territory. That's Hamilton coming up. Is the game about to break? Crash involving multiple cars. Drogovic is... Okay. Oh, they've hit Drogovic and damaged his car. Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. Is the game going to do anything? Drogovic has got a penalty. Great. We've got another crash involving multiple cars. There's just a car park. The game has bugged out. Oh. What is that? What is happening? Surely this is a red flag. FIA. Oh. Leclerc has just smashed into the back of Sargent. What is going on? Perez is just coming round all on his own. Sargent 10-second penalty. I don't know what's going on. And now we have the red flag. Red flag. This is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely incredible. Everyone has now decided, yes, we'll return to the pit lane. So we need to... Drogovic's tyres are absolutely destroyed. So what we're going to do, we're going to put him on a set of softs and be really fast. We need to replace the front wing, of which we only have one left. The mediums probably won't get to the end, so we're going to put a set of softs on Hulkenberg, and then we will go to mediums. There's penalties galore. Perez is finally out of the race. Let's see what happens. Okay. Looks like everyone's on hard tyres. Oh, interesting. Well, where's Hulkenberg? There he is. In P10. Hamilton. What's Hamilton doing? Okay. Oh, it's happened again. More penalties. More collisions. Crash involving multiple... Turn 1 is an absolute... It's Ocon again. Well, actually it was Gasly the first time, wasn't it? And he's just tapped Stroll. Turn 1 is a death trap. Drogovic has chassis rear wing and suspension damage. Good stuff. And a time penalty incoming. This race has just been absolutely incredible. We've just overtaken Max Verstappen, who is on a set of medium tyres, I should point out. We're on a set of softs. There we go, round the outside. Oh, careful, lads. I mean, have you seen what's happened at Turn 1 today? We've literally had a car park. A literal car park. We have got a virtual safety car and more cars out of this race. Can we make... Oh, this is perfect. We can just put mediums on here. This is going to work out absolutely lovely. This race has just been absolutely balmy. Let's see where we come out then. We need a good stop. We were 5th when we pitted. We come out 9th. Oh, this is absolutely lovely. Hulkenberg is going to be on for a massive result here, as long as he can avoid all of the carnage. So it's a good time to be a Haas team driver. 17 laps to go? What else can happen in this race? Hulkenberg's made his first little bit of progress. He's overtaken Lando Norris for 8th place. It's just a battle of survival, really, isn't it, as we go past the McLaren. Alonso, I think, is up next. No, Stroll, sorry. Alonso is 4th and has a time penalty. Gasly, annoyingly, he helped cause all of this carnage and he's still in flipping 3rd. I'm not liking that. Really not a fan of that. But what's he on? He's on mediums. They're going to fall apart. Yes, we'll have some of an Alpine with no tyres, please. Gasly has pitted. He's going to stick on a set of softs, surely. Yep, there he goes. And he will come out. Is he going to come out in front of us? No, he's going to come out behind us and he's going to be really, really fast. I really don't like that. That's turned the tables, hasn't it? Yeah, Gasly going past us. He's just set the fastest lap on those soft tyres. Yeah, we're not going to beat the Alpine today. They've turned the tables on us. We can deploy the battery though and escape Lance Stroll a bit more. Yeah, this kind of hasn't worked out how I hoped it would, but we're going to get some points out of it. We'll lose, what's that? It's going to be 6 points for 7th, 8 points for Gasly. So we'll lose 3 points over the weekend. Although if Drogovic can get his act together and pass... well, he's got rear wing damage and he's got a damaged car. So yeah, he's a little bit slow. He's passing Daniel Ricciardo though, about time too, because he's been sat there for a while and now he can get after Bottas. And Gasly, oh, he's going to pass Leclerc, isn't he? So we're going to lose even more points to Alpine. Great. Carlos Sainz is about to win the United States Grand Prix. There he goes. He wins the race. Alonso's going to finish in 2nd, although he's not going to get it because of his time penalty. Gasly is up to 5th, but O'Connor's got the fastest lap and into 10th place. So, yeah, not a good weekend for us, really. We've not made the most of the carnage. Alpine have come through it with 5th and 10th. Hulkenberg finishes 7th, which is a decent drive. He's driven really well today. But we just, yeah, Alpine managed to turn the tables on us once again with that late strategy call. Still, 6 extra points. That'll do. Drogovic, broken car, broken dreams of points. Yeah, we're going to have to fix this up ahead of the Mexico City Grand Prix. But, I mean, that race was just absolutely insane. So, did anybody have Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen coming from way back to finish 1st and 2nd in this race? Not me. Somehow, they have. I mean, the red flag incident, the car park, just absolutely hilarious. And Perez, with all of his punctures, still going round and coming to join the party. 0 stops he made. 0 stops. I mean, he had no tyres. Here's how the Drivers' Championship looks. Sainz actually moves into 2nd place now, ahead of Verstappen. Hulkenberg, he'll be looking over his shoulder at George Russell, I suppose, now. But yeah, Gasly has had a bit of form recently, but he's still not top dog at Alpine. Drogovic only 9 points this season. Not ideal. We could have done with a few more from him, I think. Here's how it all shakes out in the end. We lose 7 points across the weekend. Now 14-point gap. We need to turn this around and quickly, otherwise Alpine are going to beat us to it. And I don't really think they deserve it. But anyway, we'll move on to Mexico. Well, let me know what you made of that chaos. I mean, it was just absolutely incredible, wasn't it? The car park, the puncture situation for Perez, just a crazy race. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the chaos and subscribe for more mayhem in the future. I'll see you in Mexico. You're the best fans. It's bye for now.